Science explains how cells divide and grow, but it cannot explain the exact moment when consciousness appears inside a developing human body. Beyond biology exists a hidden process where pure awareness connects with physical matter through a precise energetic mechanism described in ancient Vedic knowledge. This is not mythology, but a structured model explaining how the soul anchors into the body during early stages of embryonic development. At a specific moment, consciousness interacts with biology, transforming a cluster of cells into a living, aware entity capable of perception. This process involves subtle energy systems that operate before the nervous system and brain are fully formed in the fetus. Today, we map this hidden sequence step by step, revealing how consciousness enters, stabilizes, and begins expressing through the human body. The initial stage begins at conception, where a fertilized cell forms a biological structure that can potentially host conscious awareness. According to Vedic understanding, the Atman does not randomly enter, but aligns with the structure through precise energetic compatibility. This alignment creates a singular moment where biological formation and pure awareness intersect as one unified process. The subtle body acts as an interference, connecting the infinite nature of consciousness with the limited structure of physical matter. This interface carries impressions and tendencies that guide how the body will develop and respond to its environment. Without this subtle blueprint, the body remains a mechanical system lacking the presence of awareness or subjective experience. Modern science can replicate biological growth, but struggles to recreate the emergence of conscious experience within artificial systems. This suggests that something beyond physical process is required to activate awareness within a developing organism. The descent of consciousness is not a single event, but a gradual anchoring process that unfolds across early stages of development. This gradual integration ensures stability as awareness adapts to the limitations of a forming physical structure. Prana, or life force energy, begins organizing the growth of cells into coherent and structured human form. This process occurs even before the nervous system fully develops, indicating that energy precedes biological complexity. Pranavayu flows create directional movement that guides how tissues expand and differentiate during early embryonic stages. While DNA provides chemical instructions, pranic energy provides the dynamic force that executes and organizes these instructions in real time. This creates a dual system where physical and energetic process operate together to build the human body. Nadis, or subtle channels, act as pathways through which prana flows and distributes energy throughout the developing structure. These channels form an invisible network that later aligns with the physical nervous system as it develops. The symmetry of limbs and organs is influenced by balanced pranic flow rather than purely random genetic expression. Any imbalance in this flow can affect the structural and functional development of the body. This shows that energy is not separate from biology, but actively shapes its formation. One of the earliest functional centers to develop is the heart, which plays a crucial role beyond its biological function. In Vedic understanding, the heart is the primary location where consciousness first stabilizes within the body. This center acts as a bridge between external cosmic energy and internal biological process. The first heartbeat represents a shift from passive formation to active energetic expression within the fetus. This rhythmic pulse creates a stable frequency that supports the anchoring of awareness into the physical structure. The heart becomes a central node that coordinates both energetic and biological activities. As this rhythm stabilizes, the connection between consciousness and the body becomes stronger. This stage marks the beginning of a more consistent and localized sense of awareness. Heart's rhythm acts like a tuning system that aligns the body with the frequency of consciousness. This alignment allows awareness to remain anchored despite continuous biological changes. As development continues, layers of experience begin forming around consciousness, known as the five sheaths or koshas. The first layer is the physical body, which provides structure and sensory interaction within the external environment. The second layer involves energy flow, supporting vitality and movement within the body. The third layer relates to the mind, where thoughts and perceptions begin forming. This mental layer allows the organism to interpret sensory input and respond to stimuli. The fourth layer introduces deeper intelligence and decision-making capabilities. And finally, the fifth layer is associated with deeper awareness and connection to the original source of consciousness. As these layers develop, consciousness becomes more localized within the body. This localization creates the sense of individual identity over time. Brain develops as an interface that processes information through these layers. This allows the body to function as a coordinated system, but it also limits awareness to specific patterns of perception. The deeper the layering, the more complex the experience of individuality becomes. This makes the transition from pure awareness to embodied identity. As the fetus approaches later stages of development, all systems begin integrating into a unified functioning organism. At this point, consciousness is fully anchored and capable of interacting with the body's sensory and motor systems. The organism transitions from passive development to active responsiveness. This marks the beginning of a self-sustaining conscious system. Awareness now operates through the body as its primary medium of interaction. This creates the foundation for future experiences, memories, and identity formation. The body becomes a vehicle through which consciousness explores physical reality. This process raises deeper questions about identity, the nature of existence. If consciousness exists before the body, then identity is not limited to physical form. Understanding this changes how we perceive life, birth, and human experience. It also challenges the idea that awareness is created solely by the brain. Instead, the brain becomes a tool that expresses pre-existing consciousness. This perspective bridges ancient knowledge with modern scientific inquiry. It allows us to explore life with greater awareness and intention, and ultimately understand that the human body is not the source of consciousness, but its temporary and powerful vessel.